So much has been coming through lately that has been really upsetting, disturbing. Because it's just flipping everything again. Like they were showing hope about something, and I was like, you know what? Hope is a dangerous fucking thing. Hope can have you sitting in a place of waiting. Where if you're hopeless, you don't give a fuck. There is no hope. So seize the day. The other thing that was coming through, I think it's all along the same lines, where it's like, you get enticed away. And if you don't go, it doesn't matter, right? It's like good for you either way, good for you. But if you do go, then you go through the hell. And so when you get to the other side, everything tastes that much sweeter. So one could argue you're better off because you faced it all and then everything tastes sweeter. Or did you need to put yourself through that shit? It's kind of like the vision they were showing with somebody convincing you to go underwater and hold your breath before you can breathe this sweet air again for free. But I guess it's for those of us who don't appreciate the free air. Okay, there's a couple things coming through here. Slow down. It's like for those of us who don't appreciate the sweet air, then it's like a way to get you to appreciate it. It's like tormenting you so that then you can appreciate, which again, if you think about that, is really fucked up. It's like, oh, you'll appreciate this. And if you don't, I'll torment the fuck out of you until you do. Because then you'll appreciate it after the torment has stopped, right? It's like, do you appreciate it more? Or do you just appreciate the tormenting stopping? They were showing something in between there that I lost. It's like, and then forgiving yourself for putting yourself through that when you could have appreciated it to begin with. And it's like, again, it's not even so much that. It's like, what is it? It's like you can't find your happiness. So it's like it's like the idea of going through suffering, because then you'll be happy the suffering stopped. There you go. There's some happiness. Do you hear how it's like the fucked up way of doing it? But it is the way that some of us do it. You see it all over the place. I know I sure have experienced it. I know I tend to still have that awful pattern in me. Because it's like an awful pattern. Because it's wrong thinking. It's faulty thinking. That's what I mean by flipped upside down. Right? Like I think the one they showed me with the, like I always thought having hope was a good thing. Like, move towards what feels good and hope it's all for the best or this kind of thing if it's coming from good intention. But then it does give that air of not believing, or that air of not knowing. But does one ever really know? We only know what we know when we know it. Even when we're fully aligned, doesn't mean we know it all. Because we're always evolving and growing. So you quickly find out there's always more to learn. There's always more. Which, okay, that in itself, they've been showing a lot too, which can be, oh God, it's almost like such a dangerous trick in that one who loves to learn, sometimes it is like, it is the idea of ignorance is bliss. Because once you know it, you can't unknow it. And it continues to build on one another. And it's like you can't ever come up for air. Because I think it's, or at least the way they're having me feel it and how I've experienced it and whatnot, it does give this, it almost gives this rushing and racing in the sense that You don't like holding out that information, but you're hoping if you keep learning, it's like you'll see your way through something with further understanding and clarity, because sometimes it is that way. Sometimes it is that way where you have to keep going because you can't look back. But it's with the hope that there is an end point or the other side. But at some point it's like, oh, there is no end point. There is no end point and there is no other side. And so it's like you just keep going deeper in and you can't go back. You can't unknow what you have already known. And you can't stay stagnant and stuck, which can make all of it suck. They've been reminding me lately also how I've known people who have been in big positions in companies and have been up for higher positions, but they don't want them. They don't want them. They end up trying to be mediocre just to, it's like when they get to that stage where they're in like competition or whatnot, it's the idea of like, oh no, I don't want it. But it's almost like they have no choice because they get, I don't know, I don't know what they're showing, how to verbalize it better. It's like they get promoted or whatever the case is they don't want it though, because they also are aware that that position has an end point. That position does have an end point. That position only lasts for 4 years and then you're fucking kicked out. And the idea hopefully is for you to keep progressing and growing. But some people are like, no, I'm happy where I am and I'm happy how life is. I don't need to keep attaining more. Because it can get to the idea of being greedy where it's like, no, I'm happy with what is. Is that okay for me to be happy with what is? Or do I have to continuously fight the good fight or fight? It's like, for what? For everybody else's pleasure, for everybody else's approval, for everybody else's what, right? And it begs a lot of questions. It does beg a lot of questions. Do people want to kick you out so they'll tolerate you for 4 more years just to kick you out and then they're free of it? Or, I mean, just negative, like fucked up way of thinking, but it's kind of how they're showing this it's like idea or mentality, but I can also see it. I can also understand the point. Like some people are like, I don't want it because I'm happy. I am happy with the status quo. I am at peace. I am happy with who I am and where I'm at. And I'm not looking to fight and battle and struggle and fuss and fight for what? For a title, for more money, for accolades, for approval, for what? I don't need any of that. I'm happy. I don't need any of that. So what do I have to do all that for? Do you see what I'm saying? But then one could argue, oh, well, what is it? You're not meeting your potential, or you're settling, or which all this can be true to a degree, depending on, I guess, what you're looking at or considering, or if you're being honest and true with yourself. Because I do think there's a point that we all get to where we're like, what are we doing what we're doing for? What is the hope? What is the goal? What is the, right? Because it goes back into autopilot at times where you might have been inspired to do X, Y, or Z, and you start to do it, you're having fun, you're whatever, but you haven't, it's like reevaluated. And so you stopped having fun, but you continue doing what you were doing. And you're like, wait a minute, why am I still pushing, racing, forcing, rushing? For what? For whom? I'm not enjoying this anymore. So why again am I doing this? Right? And it's like you fell asleep. You just got used to being in that sun energy, that masculine go, and didn't slow down to reevaluate and be like, you know what? I've gone long enough, fast enough, hard enough when it was fun, but it's not fun anymore. And I am happy. I am satisfied. I am pleased with what I've built. And it's always just to prove it to ourselves. Right? Like, what is it that we are trying to prove to ourselves? Our own worth, our own value, our own enoughness. And it's like we got to get over that stuff and just settle into the bliss of joy and living. But again, it can be challenging because you know, how much work have you done in that? Have you set yourself up by surrounding yourself with people who love and appreciate you too and accept you for who you are? Or are they always going to push you, compare you, compete with you, So it's like you can't get out of that rat race when you're surrounded by that environment. So you haven't cultivated that environment, right? Like there's so many layers here, but I don't know if you can hear it. It's like heavy on me because it seems very icky or sticky or sad or almost depressing is what it has felt too. And again, because it's giving the air of hopeless, not helpless, but hopeless. Like, what is the fucking point? Like, what is the point? And it's like to have fun, but we've forgotten that, and we've forgotten what fun is for us, or we can't find fun anymore. It's like we've cut ourselves off from happiness, and the things that once brought us pleasure no longer do. Of which I can totally relate to that. And what is, oh God, it is like heavy in my belly. It's like upsetting. It's like heat, but it's like a dry heat. Oh, what is it? It's like it's like even trying to do the things that used to bring you joy or peace or happiness, silly things, even like floating in water or going for a swim or a run or bicycling or whatever activities you like to do, whatever things you enjoy doing, even playing with puppies, even like things that used to really excite you and delight you, you find yourself looking for, searching for, grasping at, like, oh, that used to bring me so much joy, and you go to do it and you're like, it doesn't bring me joy anymore. Why not? I don't know. I don't care. Why don't you care? I don't know. It just doesn't spark anything within me, right? It's that idea of what? It's like the life force has been sucked from you. I know this is like fucked up, but it is kind of how they're showing it. It's like, and then it's back to that dead battery imagery they were giving. It's like they keep showing a spark trying to like spark it, but it's not catching fire, right? Like nothing is catching fire, which would also imply, interesting, I had said earlier, dry heat, but it would actually imply dampness, right? Old damp wood that won't catch fire. It's actually soaking, sopping in dampness. Because dry heat would light up like that. That's interesting. I'm just wondering if who they're showing me or what I'm tapping into or what feels so awful isn't, like, how do I say that, tapped into their emotions, right? Like they're filled with sadness or sorrow or grief, and they're not releasing that dampness. They're not releasing that sorrow. They're not crying it out. They're not letting it out. And so then they are just completely saturated with sadness, with dampness. And so no, there's nothing that will spark. They have to release it. And so you do sometimes, you really have to feel it to release it. What's the saying? Feel it to heal it. Which, oh God, that's so interesting. Which I guess that would be why too, right? Like if they're not willing to feel it, they're pushing it away and looking for a filler, looking for something to distract their body, mind, or soul from feeling it, right? Because we don't want to feel it again. We don't want to sit with it again. It's like having to re-sit with the pain. It's like, no. I'm trying to run from that pain. But that's what people do. And then they usually turn into like numbing devices. But it sucks, doesn't it? But no, you have to feel it again, but then to release it, to forgive yourself for your part in it, for conjuring it up to begin with, for ever thinking whatever ill thoughts or mishinges or calling it in or whatever you needed to learn. Maybe that's it, like the full circle of whatever you needed to learn to prove to yourself that you are worthy, and you didn't have to fucking do all that to be worthy, and then you had to forgive yourself for calling it all in to prove to yourself that you're worthy when you were worthy all along. So it was you who put yourself through the hell of your own making. So then swallowing all that, it does seem like a fucking never-ending cycle, doesn't it? Until you get control of your mind, your focus. I keep wanting to say your environment, but I just mean what you're immersing yourself in is what I mean, right? Like where you are settling in, who you're surrounding yourself with, who you're engaging with, what you're absorbing, eating, thinking, drinking, listening to, watching, seeing, doing. There's so much they've been showing me lately that I don't want to share, because I feel like it does plant the seed of, it's like scare or fright or upset or undo. It's like unnecessary. It's like just because you see and know things, it's kind of like once you know, you can't look back. Once you know, you can't unknow. But it does also beg the question, do you need to tell others? Do you need to share with others? Right? Like, that actually is awful that you know that. That sucks that you know that. That sucks because it's bringing you upset and pain. And you wish you didn't know, but you do know, so you can't unknow. So why spread what you know when you know it brings you harm and upset? Right? Do you see what I'm saying? But we could circle there, and automatically my mind also jumps to, I don't like when people hold back truth from me. But it also begs the question, whose truth is it? Whose perception is it? What is true? What is real? Each gets to decide. So sharing information, even if it is your truth, I don't know if it is always helpful. It's like everybody does have to just do their own work and really love themselves and honor themselves and learn what they want to learn, experience what they want to experience, feel what they want to feel, and make their own choices, learn how to think on their own, learn how to decide on their own. And it is almost like decide how much you can swallow, right? Like, I'm telling you, my stomach has been so bitter lately. And the other day I tasted vinegar out of nowhere, right? It was like that sour, bitter, and oh God. I was like, what the fuck is that? Although a tear came down, which is usually salty, but it was not. It was vinegar. What is that, bitter? And that's funny, I have been saying that lately. Please don't make me bitter. Please don't make me bitter. Please don't make me bitter. But I see how people can get better. I do see that. I do understand. Oh God. But again, it's like, I don't even want to discuss some of what they're showing or I don't even want to say some of that, because even sharing what I was going to just say could turn people bitter. And it's like, well, what's the point of that? That's not good. That's not putting out good. That's not putting out goodwill. Do you see what I'm saying? But again, it's like, or am I deciding for them? Because it makes me taste a little bitter, right? I don't like that taste. I don't like that. Some of this is just for me to get out, right? It's like, that's why there's a lot of these that I end up not publishing. Who knows if I'll publish this one when I ever get to it again, to listen to it again. And I'm sure it'll be months from now. I don't even know what month we're in. I think we're at the end of May. Just never know if it's worth. Sometimes they are. Some of them are really positive and uplifting, and I always feel like positive and uplifting or anything funny or light can be beneficial. And I also do think sometimes these are beneficial if it's fallen on the right ears, just for relatability and resonance, just because sometimes. But it's also misery loves company. So, right, like, you have to be careful with all this shit. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of thinking. I don't like how they put all this stuff in my head at times. Yeah, it just hurt my back. It does feel like a burden sometimes. It feels like a burden too, oftentimes, until I get it out, right? Like, it does feel like at times they're pushing me, pressing me, forcing me to get stuff out. Where, again, I guess the way they're showing that and the way that feels, I mean, we could take so much from that, but that could also be what I said earlier, like my own stuff that needs to be released. So I have to re-feel it to heal it. And then we express it out this way and through art. And it's true. After I usually do feel better. So Yeah. But what I was going to say, and because I feel it now too, because my thought was, well, then why do I need to put the ones that aren't positive? I don't feel like should be publicized for the fact that I don't want to bring anybody down. But then they do seem to press me at times to put them out, and it feels annoying or pushy, but I also feel that need, and when I do feel better because I just let it go then, just like let it go. But it is letting it go into the void or into the ethers, in the sense that there's so much fucking white noise out there and hardly anybody ever listens anyway. So it's like, what does it fucking matter? But it matters because I don't want to put out negativity. I don't want to put out bad energy. But at the same time, it does talk about how I can't transmute it all, and I'm not here to save the world. And I can't perceive how others will perceive. I can only perceive how I'll perceive. But in saying that, I'm like, yes, but I perceive some of this to be negative. And in which case, I'm not looking to put out any negative for anybody to swallow, hear, listen, surround, intake, any of that. And so, oh boy, 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 oh boy. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.